Hey everybody, welcome to BP Fun. I'm Captain Zeus, that there's Novaverse, and we got a brand new series here for you that we kind of decided to do. I think this was mostly Nova's idea, if we're being honest, but I'm the one that made it look good with the overlaid stuff, not trying to like
Yeah, the
brag.
technical stuff.
Yeah, the technical stuff. So for those of you that don't know, this series is called Versus. What it is we're gonna pit two characters or two groups of characters against each other, and we'll kind of debate about seeing who we think would win in that fight. And then at the end, we'll let you guys decide. Let us know in the comments who you think would win in these fights, and let us know what other matchups you guys would want to see as well. And at the end of the video, we will let you know what our next matchup video is going to be about. So for this one, it's going to be one that we've seen a lot of debate on due to the popularity of certain shows and movies. It is Homelander versus Superman. Now, the show The Boys has been popping off like crazy. Honestly, each season it just gets wilder and wilder. Meanwhile, the Man of Steel movies and Superman just in the DCEU, has garnered a lot of popularity as well. So there's been a lot of debate about who would win in these matchups, and we're here to give you our version of the debate. Yeah, that on
Yeah.
this here matchup. I'm taking the stance of Homelander. He's going to be taking the stance of the Man of Steel. So without further ado, we'll get started on this little debate. I will go first in this case. So the reason why I think Homelander would win in this fight is something that has been discussed in multiple forms of media, in TV shows, comics, and just outside debates as well. It's the morality. Superman's morality. He's a good boy. He is such a good boy, and no one doubts that. He will sacrifice himself to save the little guy, to save the innocent people for the greater good. Homelander's not like that. He will kill anyone and anyone, everyone, everywhere, whenever, however he feels like it, when he pleases. He's a straight up sociopath. He does not have any morality. Now, when it comes to the show, they did add in a bit of the complex with his son in there. However, I think that's more of to hold him back from letting loose even more. So if his son was in danger or if his son died, I think he would just go apeshit. Like, he would go crazy. You see it in season 3 where Starlight and Maeve threatened him with the video of the plane crash. If that went out, he said he would straight up just go and murder everyone and let the world just burn.
Yeah.
And he could do it. He is literally the parody of Superman. He has the exact powers of Superman, minus, freeze breath, I believe. And it honestly also depends on which version of Superman you're going with. So, for the most part, I think he would win. Sure, he doesn't go up against, like, a lot of superpowered people that are rivaling his strength like Superman does, but I think that gives him the opportunity of growth because he learns pretty quickly in terms of fighting. Not when in terms of like social media, because he obviously needs help from the whole marketing team for that. But he's very ruthless. He'll fight dirty. He will fight however it means. He will win no matter the cost. Like he'll freaking bite your testicles if that's what it comes down to. And I'm pretty sure we believe it. Like he's done some of the craziest things. And he's extremely fast. And in terms of speed, I'm pretty sure he could definitely keep up with Superman. In terms of strength, I'm not too sure. I'll be honest, I'm not too sure. We haven't seen much of his strength put into full use. He's never really had to strain himself or really exhaust himself. The only time was season 3, and it was like 3v1 situation, if we're being honest. So that's kind of a tough thing to do with people that have similar powers as yourself. In terms of laser beams, his laser beam is pretty. It's a laser beam. I don't know how we can measure that, but I do think Homelander would totally win in this. He's definitely the evil version of Superman.
I'll say interesting case. I don't know about a good case, but interesting one nonetheless. Well, for my stance, I feel like multiple factors that Superman has that definitely gives him the edge over Homelander. One that definitely comes to mind is just an experience aspect. Superman, he's been, what's it called, here around since forever, basically. And, Superman or, Clark had to like grow up and like learn how to become a superhero and stuff like that. I mean, his resume on the people he's even have to like fight just washes out anyone in, I believe, the boys universe. I mean, you can't argue that. Like, there's just some people you couldn't
I didn't
even
say anything.
fathom.
I didn't say anything.
No, no, definitely. But there's just people you couldn't even fathom that Superman has to go up against, like a Doomsday or like a General Zod, you know what I mean? That like if Homelander had to go up against, my man would be struggling. He'll be asking for some milk, you know what I mean? But take five, I need some milk break, milk break. The experience he has to go against the people Superman he has even had to face. I mean, and then I even think about just like what's I guess this also ties into experience, but just like where Superman has like even had to traverse. He's been in space. I mean, he's from space. He's gone to space multiple times, gone to the sun. My man literally like lives on like he loves the sun. Superman loves the sun. Um, I don't think Homelander, if he ever tried to go there, wouldn't fare well for him. Strength wise, I don't even want to go there because I feel like Superman has just time and time again just showed that like nothing can hold him back. Like strength, what's it called? It's like it's all in the mind and just like what's it called that like he's doing it for other people. And so he's not thinking about himself. He's thinking about, like the other people, who he's trying to defend, who he's fighting for. And so that's how, it reflects into his strength feats. I can see what you're talking about, that Homelander is kind of like, I guess you could just say like loose cannon in a sense, but I don't feel like being a loose cannon means what's it called? How would you say it? Like helps you in a fight? Like sure it can like help you in a fight just going like berserk mode, like what, like being like a Broly and just like not caring what's going on. But at the same time, like having a cool, calm, collected mind, knowing what's going on with the experience, being Superman, I mean, he's just gonna like stop Homelander with whatever he's trying to do. Honestly, it's gonna look like Invincible. Okay? Okay? It's gonna be some Omni-Man versus Mark. He's gonna be like, think, Homelander. Think. You can't. What are you doing? That's what's gonna happen. Okay. Okay. Of course, Superman's not gonna be killing a ton of civilians or anything like that.
No, it's Homelander's
But
job.
yeah, that's the Homelander job. It's like yeah, it's the reverse, but not reverse at the same time. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, just like where Superman's had to traverse, space, gone to the sun multiple times, probably gone to different planets with like different I wouldn't say climates, just like different aspects or whatever that like it would be more difficult than like fighting on Earth probably. The feats he's had to go up against for Superman, I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. So far, like Soldier Boy was probably the only thing that had Homelander really shaking in his boots, but that was like Homelander and like multiple people had to like gang up on him. So, I'll give him that, but like what would Soldier Boy be kind of like to like a Captain America, but if Captain America had a nuke strapped to him or something like that?
Well,
I don't
Home Soldier Boy definitely is. He's like a living nuke, but yeah, he's a little bit more of.
but when he's not like nuking stuff up, he's just, hand to hand
I
just
would say
Captain
like he would
America.
still be like Superman or Homelander, but just strip away like the laser beams, the speed,
Okay,
and
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
like
breath. Like he still
strength
has the
wise.
durability and strength. Training
No,
wise,
for
yeah,
sure.
like Captain
Yeah.
America.
Yeah, fighting style, I would say just like Captain America, just like good old brawling, um, with the durability and stuff like that, but with a tape nuke to his back whenever he feels like, got a blast or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking about just like who Superman has to go up against. Would you want to go up against a Doomsday, a
I don't.
General
I don't want to go
Zod?
against any of these guys. I'm gonna
You
die
know what I
regardless.
mean?
I'm not gonna go against any of these
Yeah,
guys.
like yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would be a good time for Homelander, but that's my 2 cents. you want to, if there's anything else you
So,
wanted to.
yes, actually, thank you for
Okay.
reminding me. It did come to mind about Superman's weaknesses. He's got a
Yeah.
lot. Like this, he take away the sun. That alone, like you put him in a red sun situation, he's already going to be as weak as immortal. You get kryptonite, he's already as weak as immortal. You get magic, he's already as weak as immortal. He has a lot of weaknesses.
Homelander doesn't have magic.
No, but that's obtainable.
Oh my!
That
No one has.
that is
Who
an
has
obtainable
magic in that
thing.
universe?
I mean, I don't know. We don't know what Compound V can do to people. I mean, they give people a multitude of powers. Also, kryptonite. He could. Do you know how much kryptonite is on Earth? There is so much for a
Apparently, yeah,
rock
it's
that
all
is
over the
this
place.
guy's weakness. There is a plethora of that out there. And knowing how fast Homelander is, he can go and grab some and just put them on and just knock this guy out.
Yeah, but what's it called? I mean, at this point, I know everyone's just like, "Oh, just use kryptonite on Superman." I'm pretty sure at this point, Superman's just like, "All right, I guess I'm at a disadvantage. Let's go." You know what I mean?
And
Like
he's
he
still
already
gonna
like,
lose.
you know what I mean? Like Superman, I feel like he's like already used to like people trying to like obviously use weaknesses on him compared to Homelander, who thinks like he's like, "I'm the best. I'm the like, nothing can hold me back." Small inconvenience probably happens, and then he like just like looking around like, what's going on? And then like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
Homelander's like potential, I think, is also limitless because he's never had to push himself. Like, yeah, Superman's had to push himself because he's gone up against people that are stronger than him. But Homelander like never really had to for his entirety of being superhero up until like season 3. He never had an actual threat. His only threat was an actual mortal who didn't actually pose him a threat. It just posed his image a threat. And if you take away his
yeah,
image, he's just literally a killing machine. So I think when he goes up
no,
against
yeah, for
someone
sure.
like Superman, he's going to continuously push himself, and he's going to get stronger and learn as as he's in the fight.
Yeah, definitely. I can like see that, but I mean, sure you could be like learning through the fight and stuff like that, but I don't feel like he's gonna get time to learn, what he needs to do to beat Superman. You know what I'm trying to say?
I mean, we don't know. It's possible he could.
Like I imagine this fight going like extremely bad. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not
fast
like
to
the
us.
duration of the fight. I'm just saying how like fast they fight. Like like
Like it'll be like within like a minute, but to them it'll be like an hour.
yeah, yeah. What's it called? But just like yeah, I don't think Homelander like don't get me wrong. In the series, Homelander is definitely like throughout the series. Just like Homelander just seems to be just on top of things. Like he's always listening. He's always like,
Santa
on
Claus.
top of a controversy. Yeah, on top of any controversy that you possibly heard. So I'm not gonna lie, Homelander, my man, be thinking like, he's always listening. He's always thinking stuff like that. But I think, like you were saying, like he hasn't had this real life threat before. It's gonna come to a shock to him and sure, like he's gonna probably try to get footing. I think this big of a shock knowing that like, oh, oh shit, I could possibly like not even only like lose, like I could possibly die to this guy.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And sure, I don't. So I feel like it goes two other ways. It's either Homelander, which this is the route I least likely think he'll go. Homelander starts getting his ass beat, and what's it called? Starts to like process how he could possibly beat Superman. Or two, he's getting his ass beat by Superman, and he's just like, "That's impossible," and just like just just tries to go all out with what he has at the moment, and that's not gonna fare well for Homelander whatsoever.
Well, in that first scenario, you got to remember also, because this just also reminded me, the civilians. He will use the civilians as shields. He will try to kill the civilians, and that's going to distract Superman because he's not going to let those guys die. He's going to go save the civilians. So Homelander will use
For
that to
sure.
his advantage to fight him.
No, for sure. I feel like Homelander would do that kind of stuff. But like at the same time, like, do you think Homelander would like? Because I'm imagining they're flying in the sky, like, or are they flying on the ground? It could happen, like,
I would imagine they're hovering
either
over something.
or. I
And
don't know. I
considering
don't
how
know what they're.
fast they are, the battle could go anywhere.
Yeah, like usually whenever you see like heroes that could like fly or whatever, or like walk, most of the time they're fighting in the sky.
Hmm.
And then like whenever they are fighting on the ground, it's because like they got knocked to the ground or something like that.
Yeah.
Even though I think Homelander would, MK try to like toss a civilian at Superman.
What?
Um, Even though he did do that, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Superman would try his best to try to like, are you okay, old lady or
And
whatever?
then Falcon Punch.
I, th- I mean, I feel like you'll get some free shots from it or whatever.
That's all you need. You
But
just need a couple of free shots to get the upper hand.
no, no,
No,
no,
no,
no.
it's a cucumber.
It's a cucumber. I think even with the free shots, that's all that Homelander's gonna get.
Well, that's our time. So,
Okay.
you guys in the comments, let us know, who do you think would win in this fight? Because I believe we both put up some very valid and some interesting points.
Yeah.
Who do we think will win? I mean, you heard our stances, but you guys got to let us know in the comments. As we wrap up this video, it went a little longer than we anticipated, but we'll give you guys a little bonus matchup here. Batman versus Homelander. Who do you guys think's going to win? Batman.
Batman for
Batman.
sure.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't even think he's beating
my man.
Superman. Like, if he could, no matter no matter the outcome of that fight of Homelander versus Superman, Batman would beat both of them, honestly.
Yeah, like what's it called? Batman probably hasn't even met Homelander and probably has contingency plans on how to
Exactly.
beat it.
The two most powerful people in the universe is Kevin from Home Alone and Batman. You give them prep time, you're screwed. Like, that's it. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let us know in the comments what you guys would like to see us do a matchup video on and who you think would win this matchup. Our next video, the matchup is... No, but you want to say what the matchup is for our next video?
Yeah, definitely. So our next matchup is going to be Goku versus Ben 10.
Yeah.
Now, that one sounds hella spicy, and I can't wait to do that one. That one's gonna be really fun to do and cover.
Tune in on to Fridays for our next matchup series or video or whatever. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one. See you.